morning. It's just past 5 o'clock and I'm off fishing again. I'm going to a lake called Buzzbridge today, hoping for some tench, bream, or whatever else I can catch. I'm not overly fussed. It's a cold morning, although it's predicted to be quite a warm day, so it's not the greatest of conditions really. But hopefully we can catch a few. Brought a few different rods. I've got a couple of feeder rods, well, Avon rods to go for the Tench and Bream. I'm going with alarms today, although I do have a quiver tip rod as well, if needed, and a float rod. You know, I've got everything that I need, so hopefully I'll be able to put some fish on the bank, but we'll see what we can get. I'll catch you on the bank. So I am in the swim, very, very quiet. There's a couple of other anglers down one end of the lake. Little fish just jumped in front of me. Oh, big bubbler next to me as well. Could be a good area. Nice open swim. I'll flip this round. Got some nice bankside sort of margins to go for either side. Yeah, let's get set up. Right, as most of the swim's set up, I'm going to fling around a little lure, see if there's any perch about before I start on the feeders. May work, may not. We'll have a go. Well, that didn't take long. Only a little one, but very welcome. Slip it back. There we go. Another spiky little one on the ripple shad. Doing well this morning. Let's slip it back. I do have to watch out for the pike in here. We're allowed to lure fish for the perch all year, but not the pike. But I'm using a very small lure to try and stop the attentions of any pike. Fluorocarbon leader, so if I do get a pike, it's just going to bite straight through it, sadly. But if I use a wire trace, then I'm just tempting fate, really. I'll have another couple of casts and I'm going to get the actual feeder rods out, I think. I can get very preoccupied on this kind of thing.
Lovely little perch. Nothing big, but beautiful. Let's stick it back. This is the problem. When you start catching a few on jigs, it's hard to give up. Part of me now wants to pack all this up, grab my little roving net and just wander around the lake trying to catch big perch, but I've came for Tench and Bream. So a couple more casts, then I'll get the tench gear out. Look at that. Another beauty. Over the moon. Loving catching all these perch. A little ripple shad doing the business. Let's get it back. Another couple of casts. I'm going to stick the magic worm on. It's quite a large lure really, especially if you use it in full size. But I'll just see if I could tempt a bigger one for my last couple of casts. Alright. Let's crack out the worm. Here it is in all of its glory. It's so supple and it floats, so you bounce this along the bottom and the tail kind of sticks up. It's irresistible. But obviously if it's only small perch, they're going to struggle to get there in their gob. So let's see if there's a bigger one at home. Right, sticking it on a little snap link swivel. Now I've got, I think it's an 8 or a 10 pound fluorocarbon on the end. 30 pound braid, a small little jig setup. That's what I'm using for the perch. Let's get the worm out. That's enough of that. Let's get the feeder rods out. Right, let's show you what I'm going to be using for the Tench and Bream. So I've got a couple of barbel rods with the Avon tips on. Sat on bait runners. I'm going to be using both of them are going to be on these little flatbed feeders. One of them is going to be plastic caster. And the other one's going to be a pellet. To start with, I've got real casters and maggots, well, dead maggots, if needed, with some pellet ground bait. Got freshly ground pellet ground bait. I made this one myself. Could be a mistake, but we'll see how it goes. Right, let's get the rods out. That's the feeder rods out. The sun's just coming up now, just over the tree line. So I think it's set to be fairly hot. I mean, it looks down the lake. It looks incredible. Let me switch this round. You've still got the mist rolling off the lake down there. Just as the sun's popping up, you've got the boathouse in the distance. Lovely. So hopefully the Tench or Bream. I think there's cruisers in it. Play ball. And we'll see how we go. Well, the weather is definitely getting warmer now. We've got the sun beating down. A few indications on the rods, but no runs yet. Oh, there's another one. Just tiny little bites. Might be just little fish munching around the feeder. Oh, bird has just shat on my rod as well. Charming. Well, we've got the day, so I'll try not to get itchy feet and pack it all up and start lure fishing. Need to actually give it a chance. So we'll see what happens. So for the feeder rods, I am using bankside markers. I've got 3 trees in front of me. So the left-hand tree is my left-hand rod, and the right-hand tree is the right-hand rod. Trying to get them halfway across the lake and on the money every time. Try and build up a little area. I'm not casting that often because it's still pretty cold. Every sort of 10-15 minutes probably I'll put them out. If we start to get fish, then I might start to increase that to sort of 5 minutes or so. But we'll see how the day goes. Well, not a lot's happening on the feeder rods, so I'm going to bait a little area in the margin and maybe give it a go with the float in a little while. Just over here, in front of this tree where it's a bit shallower. You never know, might be enough to tempt a fish. Right, it's very quiet on the tench front. Well, silent on the tench front. So I'm going to reel one rod in and have another go with the lure rod. I can't help it, just to get a few fish. I've been baiting an area for the float, which I'll have a go at shortly. So yeah, let's see what we can get back on the lure again. See if there's a few more perch about. Here we go. Ooh. Lovely little stripey. Let's take the lure out. Here we are. Lovely little fish. Let's put it back. Oh, I just caught a nice little perch. Well, it's not a bad perch actually. Here he is, nice old warrior. Beautiful. Let's get him back. Alright, so that was a lovely perch. It was probably sort of 1.5, maybe pushing 2. It was a nice thick fish. I was using the sort of the green coloured ripple shad, and it just seemed to dry up. Well, you know, I had all the ones this morning from it, and nothing was happening. Just changed it over to the sort of the white peppered version, I think they call it, something like that. And yeah, had that one first chuck. So let's have another go, see if we can catch any more of that sort of size. That'd be nice. Wow, this is turning into an absolutely brilliant perch session. We've had another one. Oh, they're absolutely It's not very happy. Look at this beautiful dark hole. Let's stick the old fin up. At least this one's got its full fin. Look at that, beautiful fish. That's very unexpected. Have a very, very angry little pike. Only a few pound, but good fun on light, very light rod and light gear. Sticking back. Another little cracker. After that pike, I had to change the lure because it destroyed it. Or pikey shed on. Little pikey shed. Right, I'm going to actually do some more feeder fishing now. I'm going to pack this away because I've definitely been well preoccupied on it. But it's been a cracking session. Had a fair few nice perch and a pike. So I'm a happy man, even if I don't catch anything on the feeders. But I should try and catch a tench, which is what I came here for. So I'm going to reposition them and have another go. Right. Well, the tenching is finally kicking off. Try and unhook this better. Here's a lovely fat fish. Might actually weigh this one. It's a fair old lump. Here he goes. He's got to be pushing 5, maybe 6. I'll give him a little weigh and find out. Great start. Right, just got the fish back out. Zeroed the sling. I'm saying between 5 and 6, so we're somewhere around there. Let's have a look. That is £5 on the nose. Right, let's go and slip her back. Here she is. Let's slip her back. Oh, that's fantastic. That was the left-hand rod. Literally just in the margin. Might change the other one over to a pellet as well. The other one's on a caster, or fake caster. Right, let's get the rod back out and see if we can get another one. Oh, I've just hooked another one. I think it's a tench. It's not really a... I think it feels a little bit too powerful for a bream. Doesn't feel huge. It's not really pulling back, so maybe it is a bream. Bloody ducks.
Excellent. Fish scene. Right. Good luck.
Do you want my book? Yeah. Thank you. Fluffy jubbly. Might be even bigger than the last one. Right, just left him in the net. Let's just zero the scales. There. Right, let's get him out. Yeah, I think he's easily bigger. He's a hunk. He's a very nice fish. Right, let's sort this out. A little change over to a single piece of plastic horn seems to have worked. Here he is, look at that, that's a stunning fish. Beautiful. Let's see how much it weighs. I reckon this one might be closer to 6. Shade under. Still a lovely fish. sliver back. Right, so that one didn't take too long after changing over to a bit of plastic corn, casting it over to the far margin along the tree line. So let's get it back out there and see if we can get another one. Only got like an hour or so left now, so I'm going to stick it back over there and hope for at least another one before we go. Might even move the other rod over there. Hasn't done anything in a long time. Yeah, I think I will. Well, this is my ground bait I've been using. I made this one up myself using 4mm sort of coarse pellets or carp pellets. Ground them up with the crusher. Could have just used a blender, to be honest, but you know, I was just sat in the shed doing it. So some of it was powder, some of it was sort of chunky little bits. Then added in a handful of tiny little 2mm halibut pellets. Took it in the house yesterday, put some boiling water on it, and then left it overnight till this morning. And it was lovely. Then I added in some, where is it? Some of this strawberry liquid. And yeah, it binds really well, goes around the feeder really good. I'm quite happy with it. I don't know if I'll buy the normal sort of pellet ground bait again now that I can make it quite easily. And I've got like a 5 or 10 kilo bucket of pellet that I brought a while ago. Wasn't really using it a lot, so I thought I'd yeah, utilise it. Yeah, so that's my ground bait. Another lovely fat tench. All of plastic corn again. It's definitely made my mind up. I'm definitely going to change the other rod over. Look at that beautiful fish. Slightly smaller than the last one. I won't weigh this one. What a stunning fish. Let's get it back. Alright, let me quickly show you how I'm rigging on my plastic corn. So I get one of these hook links. It's got the push stop on it. Put the corum needle in, like so. Get your plastic corn, stick it right through the bottom, like so. Take it out, and then there we go. I normally push the silicone around a little bit, so it exits like that. Put a small little split shot on there, and there we go. Quick link straight onto the feeder. To connect to the feeder, I just use one of these little, I think this one's a Drennan quick link, or quick change bead. Just pull it apart. Put the hook link on, push the bead back over the top, and there we go. Then we fold that inside the feeder. I mean, I've never ever lost a hook link on one of these, unless I've snapped the actual hook link up in a tree or something, but this has never slipped in any way. These ones, all the corum ones that I use. Right, so let's load her up. Now, you can use moulds for these, but as not really match fishing in a sense, or fishing that tight, I normally press a bit onto the feeder, take the hook link, drop more on. Now with this, because I am casting it to the other side, I'm really compacting it on, just to make sure, and then just take off anything over the edges, make it a little bit more aerodynamic. And there we go, the end product. Let's get it out. Well, that's both rods on the dance floor, as they say. Both now on plastic corn. Both now on the far margin, whereas that's where the last 2 or 3 tench have came from, on the right hand rod, on the plastic horn, on the far margin. So I've changed the other one to the same, cast it to the left hand side. The only thing that does worry me a little bit is the tench so far that I've caught have fought, you know, pretty bloody hard, and it might end up wiping out the other rod, and the other one might end up wiping this rod out, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Well, slabba-dabba-doo. Oh, you dirty bastard. Oh, he's completely soaked me. Here he is. Nice slimy bream. A few pound. Let's get it back. There really is nothing like it. Sitting on the bank, bit of sun but not too much. Breeze has turned into quite a warm one now. So relaxing. The only thing that's disturbing it is the fish, which, again, quite welcome. There is literally nothing else I'd rather do. Soak it all in. And just wait for the alarms to go. Could be a lot worse. Hooked into another one, trying to stop it from reaching the far bank. This has definitely got to be a tench. It feels pretty decent. Oh, come on. This way. It's literally not moving. It's just bouncing around. Come on. Unless it's actually in the snag, I can't see, I don't think it is. We've got some movement. I'll have to stand up to try and get it away. Fish is in the bush. And now we'll try and get it out. Christ, that was difficult. I went straight round the corner. I had to snap the line on the rod. Once I got the fish in the net, so that I could release it. That was good. There's no damage to the fish. That's the main thing. Right. It's a stunning fish. I think that might be the biggest one yet. Look at that. Let's give it a wipe down. Oh. Absolutely beautiful. Let's give it a little way. be pushing £6 this one. Let's just pull this down a little bit. It's actually just over 5. Oh, it's an angry one, look at that. Absolutely stunning. Let's get it back. Well, that's it for the day. It's been a bloody good day. Plenty of tench, bream, some nice perch and a pike. So yeah, very, very, very pleased. The barrow's all loaded up. Time to head back. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.